Pedro Beach, Florida, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Rich Lerner, pleased to be joined here in the booth by my partner, Frank Nobilo. And Frank, so much talk about when you look at this course as a whole, but what are the must-dos when you play a track like this?
Try and keep the ball in the fairway, because Pete Dye, I mean, he did a great job of trying to deceive you off the tee. A lot of the times, you know, you think the trouble's on the right, and really it's on the left. It's another one too, stock plenty of golf balls, but home of the PGA Tour and always worth a quick 18 holes.
And that'll come to rest in the left side of the fairway, and a good shot to get things rolling. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
153 yards left to the hole, pin sitting in the back left portion of the green.
That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. Oh. So a less than ideal start. The missed putt for par going to yield an opening bogey. Well, nice scoring opportunity here. 532-yard par 5 second hole, Frank. Considered one of the easier holes on the golf course. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can just cut this in half. 532 yards divided by 2. Really, it's 2 tee shots over 260 yards. For these guys, nothing more than a 3 or 4 wood. And that's why all you need off the tee is just a 3 wood with a little draw.
You disappointed if you don't make 4 here?
Not disappointed, but obviously you lose at least half a shot on the field.
Okay, pretty good shot right there. Didn't quite release all the way out after landing in the fairway, but still, chance for an up and down birdie at this par 5. Good chance to make up for that bogey at the first. Yeah, nothing like a par 5 to help you out after a tough start. Birdie for it, the second, and it gets him back to even par. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
Yeah, you really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Yep, that is into that big duck-shaped bunker short of this third green. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, well, that is on the green, but apparently just too difficult to get enough loft on it out of the bunker, and that winds up well beyond the hole. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Okay, just the one drop shot, as that's in for a bogey. Frank, the bunker on the right, I wouldn't call that a pot bunker. That is some kind of a hazard, isn't it?
Yeah, meanders all the way down the right side, but really it's the lesser of 2 evils. I'd rather be in that bunker on the right than the hill on the left.
Good smart play right here. If you're not positive you can clear it, you can't take on that water, and this will leave just a short wedge in from there. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
Well, he's left himself 121 yards to the hole, and that pin, well, it's back left today.
Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. Oh, good putt right there. That has a little more break to it than most people realize, but he gets it to go for his par. Fifth hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers, left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that, in for a par. Hole number 6, 393-yard, par 4. What's in store for us here, Frank?
Another one really where you're just trying to poke it down there. When you stand on that back tee, there's an overhanging limb that you just get an eye of. So if you try and hit that ball a little too low, that's going to encourage a miss hit.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot caught those trees coming into this green. Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Nope. That, so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. We now arrive at the 451-yard par 4-7, slight dogleg right with a seemingly endless fairway bunker and lateral water hazard running almost the entire length of the left side of the hole. And that will not make it to the pond, but it is in that long left side bunker here at 7.
Comes up a little bit short. I dare say you chose the same club you'd go out of the fairway, correct? But out of a fairway bunker, you're normally going to take a little bit more because sometimes you choke down on the club a little bit. You can't rotate as much, so you don't generate as much speed.
From about 8 feet. Oh no, I thought that was in for sure. Just a little jag right at the end, going to leave it on the lip. All right, so the par 4 seventh a bit too tough as he'll walk away with a bogey 5. Well, this par 3 will get your attention, no question about it. 237 yards. It's the longest par 3 here at TPC Sawgrass. And very simply, it requires a solid strike with a middle to long iron, maybe even a fairway wood. This is a hard hole. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Oh boy, far from a good shot that.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Have to try to get a hold of this round. It is getting away. 3 over par after another bogey. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
That's an aggressive layup, really trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5. Just gave that way too much.
All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that will make this a 3 over 39 on this front side. We start the inward 9 with a 424-yard par 4 dogleg left with trees on the right and a large bunker down the left. And that one's going to hit hard. Get a little bit of run out, and that is going to wind up just fine. Now note his second from the fairway.
151 yards left. Pin is in the back right corner of this green.
Imagine a missed club because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
This one's tracking on a very good line. Look out. Tell you what, lag putting, such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Hole number 11, 558-yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really, with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
Solid, a good drive in the fairway. I'm not sure he got every bit of that three-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. Okay, that's acceptable there. Sizable putt from 16 feet. I'd call that so-so. I think you'd hope to get that a little closer. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Redesigned for the 2017 Players Championship, the 358-yard par 4 12th here at TPC Sawgrass offers a risk-reward proposition. You can try and drive the green, but that water hazard on the left is a consideration. And that's going to wind up in a great spot, left center of the fairway. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. This now for birdie at 12.
And there's no space for a lapse in concentration here. Perhaps a little bit further away than we would have liked, but a two-putt would be a very good result.
Oh boy, way short. Have to hit it. And a good putt there. He gets that to fall, and it's a third consecutive par here to begin his back nine. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Okay, safely aboard. This one, not for the faint of heart. Down a big slope, though it is for birdie. Yeah, I think he expected that to be a little quicker down the slope, but not too bad. Even the short ones can jump up and get you sometimes. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. Frank, 14 is so often a pivotal hole here at the TPC Sawgrass.
It is, Rich, and when you see a player hit 2 shots comfortably on this green, you think, what's all the problems about 14? But when you see someone stray left or stray right, you realize that 14 is a real bear.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
Well, bunkers are the name of the game here at 14, and that's going to end up in one of the smaller ones that dot this green. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Not to be a little short, but a good effort there. Okay, no problem with that one. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right, this is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the screen, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
From the fairway nota, this is second.
156 yards left, pin just on the front edge.
And safely on deck. That's the main thing, but from that distance, really don't want to leave yourself like a knee knocker, like a 4 or 5 footer. So this first putt's going to have to be good.
Okay, not a bad effort. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. Now to the par 5 16th, 523 yards. And the key here, besides the obvious, good drive, solid second shot, is to not look too far ahead. But that's easier said than done, because as you get to that second shot, you can plainly see what's ahead, and that is the famous par 3 17th and the water to the right.
That's a fine tee shot, but it is a long, long way to this par 5. That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Well, he gave that birdie putt a good run, but par is all I'll have to show for it. Frank, as a fan, it's so exciting because it's just so simple as well. Ball's in the air, you're wondering, where is it? Wet, dry, short, long, winner or loser?
And it's no surprise that this hole was an accident. This one was designed by not Pete Dye, but his wife Alice Dye. But we have seen so many accidents right here.
Yep, you got to consider any shot on the green to be a good one here at 17, right? This is an 11-foot putt. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, par's a good score here at 17. You will take that every time. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard.
And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. A second shot looming here from right around 165 yards.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
And this certainly would be a bonus if it goes in. You just need to make sure you get it there and give yourself a chance. Never up, never in.
That's a good putt. Just needed a little more behind it. Okay, safely in for his par at 18. And this will wind up being a 5-over round of 77. And that does it for us here.